Today in this video we are going to learn about how to interface input device or output device. Okay, and today's class about actually 7-segment display, interfacing 7-segment display. Whenever if you want to interface any input device or output device to your microcontroller, you need to use its ports. Okay, why you want to use input devices and output devices? I am sure if you take your computer, so computer, if you want to give the information, you need to connect the keyboard, which is the input device. Similarly, whenever if you want to display the information, if you want to see the information, you need to use the one output device called your display. Okay, so this is your output device, right? So whenever if you want to uh, connect the input device to your computer, you can use the ports. Again, whenever if you want to display the information, that is your output ports, we can use the again ports, right? So this is where we are going to see about our 8051 microcontroller ports, and how what are the different types of input and output devices we can able to interface. Okay, and there are many input devices like keyboards, sensors, okay, touch buttons, etc. All these are nothing but your input devices. Coming to the output devices are nothing but your displays, your 7-segment display, LCD display, LED displays, okay, and LEDs, motors, okay, and this all comes the part of relays. Okay, all these are nothing but your output devices. So whenever if you want to connect these kind of devices to your microcontroller, you will connect to the IO ports of your 8051 microcontroller, right? So let's start with the interfacing 7-segment display. This is one of the best simple interfacing of your 8051 microcontroller. And today we are going to see about how to interface this display and how to write the program to display the values. Okay, let's start. What is exactly 7-segment display means? So have you seen this 7-segment display anywhere? Yes, everybody, every time, many of them are seeing daily. So if you take your railway stations, so in railway stations we can able to see the time, so clock, a digital clock, where we can able to see the 7-segment display like this. And if you see in this picture, where we are having the alarm clock, so digital alarm clock, where we can able to see the digital time and alarm, what is the date, temperature, all the things. Okay, whatever the related information you want to see, you can able to use this 7-segment display to enter this, to see the information, right? And also if you look into any digital watches, okay, in your home or any other hotels, okay, malls, etc., where we can able to see this these 7-segment displays. If you take the taxi meters, okay, and electricity, some electricity meters also is having. Okay, there are many applications where we can use the 7-segment display. Okay, why the name came into the picture 7-segment display? Because it can this display consists of 7 segments of an LEDs. Okay, this display is made up of LEDs. How many LEDs? Total 7. So you can see in this picture there are 7 sections of this display. So each and every section represents nothing but your segment. Okay, that is your LED. Okay, so one section consists of your one LED, another section consists of another LED. Similarly, we combine together 8 LEDs are arranged in a proper manner, which becomes your 7-segment display. Now what we can able to display in the 7-segment? As you can see, I can able to display the numbers from digits like 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9, and you can also display characters like A, B, C, D up to F. So what is 0 to F? This is nothing but hexadecimal numbers. Okay, hexadecimal digits. So if you can able to represent the hexadecimal digits with the help of this 7-segment display. So there are many applications of this display, and there are actually two types of 7-segment displays. Okay, what is meant by a display? Okay, it will display the information, and the 7-segment display is made up of LEDs. So what is meant by LED? Light emitting diode. Okay, this 7-segment display is categorized into two different types, which is a common cathode configuration, another one is common anode configuration. As you can see in this picture, the common cathode. So whenever if you see the common cathode, that means we have connected the when we have connected it to the ground. Okay, all the negative pins of your diode is connected to your ground. as you can see in this picture, this is your diode, which is nothing but your LED, light emitting diode. When the lights gets emitted, whenever if you give the 1 to it, so power supply, whenever if you give the power supply, the diode will allows the current pass through it only in one direction. That is a basic rule of the diode, right? So whenever the current has to pass from positive to negative, so that means I need to connect the ground to the other end of your diode, right? So in the left side of your diode, you will give the power supply, where you can able to get the you can able to turn on your LED. And the other end, the current flows through the ground, so that LED gets turned on. Okay, this is how this diode is functioning, and this is how LED is functioning. Okay, and by combining the seven LEDs, it becomes your 7-segment display. Apart from these 7 segments, I mean 7 LEDs, there is a extra uh, light is called DP. This is called display point. So whenever if you want to display the points there, you know, there is a dot between that clock digits, right? Whenever you are displaying the time, so 11:30, so 11:30, so the 2 columns are nothing but your 2 LEDs. Okay, that is your display DP. Okay, so whenever if you want to use that LED, you can use that one. So it is optional, so many of the time you are not using that one, and sometimes you can use you can use that DP. Okay, so actually the 7-segment display consists of total 8 LEDs. So if you omit the DP, then it becomes your 7 LEDs. Okay, right now you understood, right? Now your common cathode configuration means all the negative ends of your diode is connected to the ground. Okay, but whereas same, just like your common cathode, we are connecting all the negative ends to your power supply. Okay, instead of connecting to the ground, we can able to connect the LEDs negative ends to your power supply, VCC. That is your common anode configuration. As you can see in the right side part of this picture, so this is your common anode configuration, where we have connected all the negative ends to your power supply, that is your positive. And you can see the difference between common cathode and common anode in this GIF. And if you want to turn on the LED, what is the value you need to provide to the particular pin? 0. Whenever if you give 0 to it, then only LED gets turned on, so that the current will flow from this pin, and whenever the where is the ground, it is connected to go there, so that the LED gets turned on. So this is how we are following in the common anode configuration. But whereas common cathode configuration, whenever if you want to display, I mean whenever if you want to turn on any LED of your 7-segment display, then you need to write value 1. That is your power supply. I am sure you know 1 means VCC, 0 means ground, right? Whenever if you give 1 to it, then only the LED gets turned on. It is just contrast to it. So common anode and common cathode, it is up to you. So we can, there are in 7-segment display, there are there in the market, which is having both the configurations like common anode or common cathode. We can use any of these configuration. So it depends upon your usage, depends upon your requirement. Okay, and most of the people, majority of the people will follow the common cathode configuration. And this also, in this video also, we are also following the same common cathode configuration, right? So now see how the 7-segment display will actually function. Okay, and you can see there are 7 LEDs are there, which is nothing but your diodes. Okay, whenever if you give 1 to that particular diode, it will get turned on. Whenever if I give 0 to that LED or diode, that becomes your turn off, right? Now I want to display 0. Okay, I want to see 0 in the 7-segment display. Now you tell me, in common cathode, this is all about common cathode configuration. Now you tell me what is the value, what is which LED I need to turn on and which LEDs I need to turn off. Okay, now if I want to represent 0, and here, okay, one second. So if I want to represent 0, okay, 0 will come like this, right? So this is nothing but your 0. Okay, so 0 means what are the LEDs gets turned on? All the LEDs should be turned on except G. Okay, and also DP. So this is, DP is optional. By default it will be a 0. Okay, so if you want to make it turn on, you can able to it, but my requirement is I want to display 0. So I will turn off only G, remaining all LEDs will turn on, right? So that I will get 0 to it. Similarly, if I want to get 1, what are the different LEDs I need to turn on, and what are the LEDs to be turned off? If you take 1 means this is the 1. Okay, so B and C LEDs will be turned on, and the remaining LEDs gets turned off. You understood, right? So this is how we are going to display the numbers or your characters, etc. Suppose if I want to display F, what is the different, I want to display F. F means here, this is F, right? F. So just a second. And this is your F. So F means A, here F and G and E. So this LED gets turned on, remaining LEDs to be turned off, right? So this is how we are able to display numbers or characters in your 7 segment display, right? So this is actual table for your 7 segment display codes. This is a 7 segment display codes. Now you tell me, if I want to display 0, what is the LED I need to turn off? G, as well as DP. So here in this table, I have taken DP as H. Okay, actually it is DP. It is named as H. Okay, because it is very good to read A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So instead of A, B, C, D, G, DP. Okay, so that's why I have taken H here. So right now I am not using the H. That's why right now we are not using the DP or H. That's why I kept in this table all are 0, 0, 0, 0. I hope you can able to see. Okay, and come back to the remaining 7 bits, which are 7 LEDs. Now you need to turn on this LED. So I want to display 0. So which LED will turn off? G. So only G will be turned off, remaining LED is turned on. So if I want to turn on the LEDs, what is the value I need to place for the particular pins? 1. So you see here, except 0, sorry, except Z, remaining all the LED bits turn on. Okay. Now this becomes your hexadecimal number, right? So 0011 becomes your 3. And 1111 becomes your F. So if you send 3F to this 7 segment display from your 8051 microcontroller port, you can able to display 0 exactly, right? Now similarly, I want to display 1. So what is 1 means? Here B and C has to be turned on, remaining has to be turned off. Now see here, B and C gets turned on, remaining LEDs will be turned off. Okay, what is the value? 0, 6. Right? So this is how we are going to send the codes. So we are going to calculate the codes of the 7 segment display in order to display whatever the requirement digits or characters. Okay. And my question is, if I want to store this entire information, okay, will it with these codes, hexadecimal codes of your 7 segment display codes will be changed, or it will be permanent? It will be permanent. Why? Because so if you today morning you come and see the code of the 0. So if you again the 0 code is 3F. Again you will wake up on the tomorrow morning and you will see the same code of your 0. Will it be changed or it will be the same? It will always be the same, right? So that's why you will store this entire information, 7 segment display information. You will store inside one memory. Okay, which memory? You tell me, RAM or ROM? So this is the permanent data. It is not BG changed. That's why you will store the data inside your permanent memory. What is nothing but ROM. Okay. So in program, in wherever if you want to store the data permanently, where you can able to use the program memory, that is your ROM. Okay. And this entire information will be stored inside one memory, that is your program memory, in the form of lookup tables. I will come back to that point. Okay, please bear with me. I will come back to that point. Okay, now we will see the interfacing, how to do the interfacing. Interfacing means connecting the LED and your microcontroller together. That is called interfacing, right? How to connect this 7 segment display to your 8051 microcontroller? I told you during the starting of this class. So whenever if you want to connect the input device or output device, you must and should use the ports of your 8051 microcontroller. Now this is this 7 segment display is input device or output device? Please tell me. Exactly, it is output device, not input device. Why? Because we are displaying the information here. So we are not giving any information from this device. It is getting the information. So that means it is nothing but your output device. So just like your monitor which you are watching this video, so which is just output device, not input device, right? Come on. Next, so if you are using mobile phones, okay, it is at a screen and both it will access input and output. I am sure you are smart. Okay, now coming to your 8051 microcontroller. how to interface this 7-segment display. You need to interface any output device or input device to the ports. So how many ports are there? Port 0, port 1, port 2, and port 3. 4 ports. What are the size of the port? Because it is 8 pins. So 8 pins is nothing but one port in your 8051 microcontroller. So all the ports are nothing but 8 pins, 8-bit ports, and all these ports are bidirectional. What does it mean bidirectional? The port can act as input port or output port. That is the meaning of it. Now, whenever if you want to interface any input device or output device, what will be the first choice? What will be the first choice of any port? My choice is port 1. Why? Because there is a reason. Why? What is that reason is, if you take the port 0, okay, port 0 can access input port, output port, and also it acts as bidirectional address bus and data bus. I'm sure you know this when I was discussing the pin diagram of your 8051 microcontroller. There we have discussed about IO ports. Even in the IO ports concept, I have discussed this one. So port 0 can act as input port or output port, or as well as bidirectional address bus and data bus. Lower order bidirectional address bus and data bus. Okay, you remember this point? Okay, and coming to the port 1. Port 1 does not perform any alternate functions. It is just simply input and output port. Okay. The next coming to the port 2. Port 2 acts as a higher order address bus. So which is A8 to A16. Coming to the port 3. So port 3 can act as some alternate functions, which is consists of serial port pins, timers, external interrupt pins, and control signals, write and read bar. Okay, I'm sure you know this, right? Except port 1, remaining all the ports has a alternate functions. Okay, so if you want to use those alternate functions, okay, and still you want to connect the display, so what will be the first choice? That's why we have taken the port 1 here. So now port 1 we can able to use to interface this 7-segment display. Now port 1 consists of how many lines? Exactly 8 lines. Now similarly, 7-segment display also consists of 8 lines. Why? Because there is extra DP here. So if you don't want to use DP, just put 0 there. Okay. So similarly, it is also having 8 lines. So it is also port 1 is also having 8 lines. I'm sure you know this right now how to connect this one. So the 8 pins are connected to each other. Okay. Sorry about, actually this has to be port 1 to be connected. Given the wrong signal there. So it has to be port 1. Okay. Port 1 has to be connected. And for this port 1, we can able to see there are 8 pins. So 8 pins are connected to your port 1, and whenever if you want to access this port 1, you need to access that port 1 through a register. So each and every port consists of one register. With that register only you can able to access the port. Okay, in order to access the port 1, what is the register I need to use? Port 1 register. So port 1 register consists of 8 pins, which is 1.02 up to 1.7. Now this one is connected to your 7-segment display pins. So how many pins? 8 pins. So how many pins for the port 1? Again 8 pins. So those 8 pins are connected to your 8051 microcontroller of your 7-segment display. Okay, and right now we have connected this one, and whenever if you want to display any number, we can able to send the value on this particular pins. Okay, so this is how we are going to see now. Now my requirement is I want to display the numbers like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is my requirement. Okay, and if I want to display any number, I need to access its code. So each and every digit has its own code, right? Just now we have seen in the previous slide. Okay, so which we are going to see now, that all these codes are stored inside your permanent memory, which is nothing but your ROM. Okay, in the form of lookup tables. I told you, right? So lookup tables. So in lookup tables, we are going to store this information, your permanent information of your 7-segment display codes. Okay, so why the name lookup table? Because so every time if I want to get the data, I will look up to this table. So look into this table. So that's why the name lookup table came into the picture. Anyway, now I want to display 1 in the 7-segment display. What is the value of the 1? 06. I'm sure you know this, right? So 06 is nothing but your value of the 1. Okay, you want to display 1, you need to get the 06. Okay, now if I want to display 3, what is the value I need to get? 4f. If I want to display 6, I want to get 7d. But this is nothing but your data, right? This is your data, all 3f, 06, 5b, etc. All these are nothing but your data. If I want to access the data from a memory location, I mean from a memory, you require address. Exactly. So whenever if you want to access it data, you require address. Now see here, the starting address is nothing but 0400, where I have stored the program. Okay, I mean sorry, the ports of your 7 segment display. So 0400 consists of code of the 7 segment display 0. Okay, 0401 consists of code of your digit 1. So code of digit 2 is stored inside the next address location. Similarly up to 09. Now you tell me, if I want to access 0 code, I will put the address, I need to get this address 0400. If I want to get the value 2 code, which is 5b, I will use the address 0402. If you are smart enough, every time you don't need to know this what is the exact address of this one. Okay, what we can do is the starting address 0400 will be remains same. Now if I want to get the value 3 code, so this is a digit 3, I want to get this code. What I can do is I will add just 3 to the starting address. So 0400 plus 3, what will becomes 0403, which is exactly the code of your 3. Okay, this is the trick we are going to use while writing the program. Okay, now we will start writing the program with some logic. First, what you need to do is initialize the value of initialize the dptr with a value of 0400. Why 0400? This is your starting address location of your lookup table. Okay, now tell me, I want to display 1 here in the 7 segment display. What is the code I need? 06. Now whatever the digit you want to get, whatever the digit you want to represent in the 7 segment display, that digit you put inside your register, a register. Please concentrate for 2 minutes, you can able to understand this program better. Okay, now I want to display 1 here in the 7 segment display. Whenever if I want to display 1, I need to get its address. Okay, so for that what I am doing is initialize the value with 0400 dptr, and I want to display 1, I want to get 1. So that's why whatever the value I want to display, I will put that simple digit inside your a register. Now what we are going to do is we are doing something magic. This is called indirect addressing. So see here, a plus dptr, there is @ symbol. Now what is the value of a? 01. What is the value of dptr? 0400. Add two numbers, 0401. So @ a plus dptr becomes, so actually a plus dptr consists of what is the value? A means 01, your dptr consists of 0400. Okay, now if you combine this, if you add these two numbers, what is the value you will get? 0401. Okay, whenever if you put @ in front of this number, what will become, what is in front of this instruction, what will happen? It will happen, it will take it as a address. So go to this address and get the value of 1. So now you can able to get the value of 1. So if I put that, if I get the value of 1, I will be stored inside the register, a register. So a register earlier it consists of 01, that gets replaced with your 06, which is actually the code of your 1. Okay, now that value is given to your port 1. So which is, we have connected a 7 segment display there to the port 1. So whenever if I send 06, I can able to display 1 in the 7 segment display. Okay, now we'll try to implement the logic inside one with the help of one program. Move dptr comma hash 0400. What does it mean? I have initialized the dptr with a value 0400. Okay, now I want to display 1. Okay, whenever if I want to display 1, whatever the digit you need, 3 or 4, you put just inside your a register. What is the digit you want to display? Okay, so I want to display 1, that's why I have given 1 in the a register. Now you apply the magic instruction, which is indirect addressing mode. So move c a comma @ A plus DPTR. Okay, what is it? Move C means move from the code memory. So that is if you are make sure if you are paying attention to the instruction set, you understood already the data transfer instruction. Move C and move X. What is the difference? So move C means move the data from the code memory. Okay. Now, what is the first operand? A. So that means A register will get the result. Okay. Now at the rate A plus DPTR. What is the value of A? 0, 1. What is the value of DPTR? 0400. Add these two numbers, you will get 0401. At the rate 0401, what is the value? 06. So the 06 will get inside your A register. You understood, right? Now, whenever we are getting the 06 in your A register, you just give that value to the port 1. So, because whenever if you are putting any value in the port 1, directly it will send that value to the 7-segment display. Why? Because we have connected the 7-segment display to the port 1. Okay. Again here in this diagram, it has to be connected to the port 1. I have given some wrong there. Actually, it has to be connected to the port 1. Okay, not here. Okay. Anyway, now whenever if you are sending the value 06, so I want if I send the 06 in the port 1, what will happen? 06 means I will start with from MSB. So 06. So which is nothing but your value, right? 0. This is your 0. All the red colors you can see. This is your 0 digits, and this is a 6. So 0 1 double 0 double 1 0. So whenever if I write 1 in the particular value, okay, what will happen? Whenever if I write 1 there, the particular pin gets activated. What is the pin activated? B. There is a 1 here, again C. So if one is given to the B and C, remaining all our digits are 0. The bit pins are 0, which means it will turn on the remaining pins except B and C. Now the B and C gets activated. Now you can able to see 1 we got. Exactly 1 we got. Okay. So just now we have seen how to display 1 in the 7-segment display by sending the value 06. So that is the beauty of this program with a simple magic instruction move C A comma at the rate A plus DPTR. Okay, now we will take another example. Now I want to display 4. Okay, I'm sure you know the 4 digit has a code of your 66. Okay, so 66 is nothing but the code of your digit 4. Now what is the thing we need to do? Same thing. So initialize the DPTR with the 0400, and I want to display 4 there. So what I will do, I will put the value 4 inside the A register. Now I will apply the magic instruction at the rate A plus DPTR, which becomes the address becomes 0400 plus 4 becomes 0404, which is exactly we need the code of your digit 4. So which is becomes 66. So now the A register will get the 66 value, and that 66 is given to your port 1. So the port 1 immediately get the 66. It will turn on the 7-segment display with the value of 4. Now write the program. Move DPTR comma hash 0400 move A comma 04H. Initialize the value whatever the digit I want to display. Put that value inside your A register and apply the magic instruction move C at A comma at the rate DPTR, where becomes 0404. Okay, then 0404 I will having value 66. The 66 will be copied inside your A register. I will get the value A register 66. Now that A register value is given to your port 1, so that you can able to display the 4. Okay, now see here the 66 will be sent to your port 1. Now look at there. So 6 and 6. So 66 is sent to your port 1. Now you tell me what are the different LEDs which gets turned on? B, C, because there is a 1 1 for that particular pin, and again F and G. So F, G, B, C will get turned on. Exactly. See, now you got 4. The 4 will gets displayed in your 7-segment display. So this is how we are going to display any number, okay, up to 9. Okay, and also hexadecimal digits up to F, A to F. That is your 7-segment display code. And there are some applications where you want to display multiple digits. So if you take a clock, Okay, in this clock you can able to see display 11:30, okay, 12:01, etc. Okay, you require 4 7 segment display there. Why? Because to represent each digit you require each 7 segment display. Okay, how to do it? How to do the clock operation? Or I want to, what is my requirement is I want to display 2021. So this is our current year. Okay, so I want to display 2021. I want to display the next year, not current year, sorry, next year, which is 2021. I want to display. Okay, and let me tell you what is the problem happening in this one. If you observe closely, there are 4 7 segment displays. Why? Because we need 4 digits to display, right? And all these having 8 pins, and all the 8 pins are of each and every 7 segment display is connected to your port 2. So I have taken port 2 here. Okay, and for the port 2 I am having 8 pins, so that 8 pins is connected to all the 7 segment display pins, which means each and every segment display pin is shorted, and that will be given to your ports. Okay, if I send some value in this port, so in the previous example, suppose if I send, what is the value of 0 3f. Okay, if I send 3f here in this port 2, okay, you tell me what are the different values in this display. It will 3f means you will get display 0, right? So 0 will be displayed, and that 0 will be displayed in all the 4 displays. Why? Because all the 4 displays are connectedly common to your port 2. But what is my requirement in this first 7 segment display? This is your display 1, display 2, display 3, and this is display 4. Okay, in your first 7 segment display I want to display 2. In a second 7 segment display I want to display 0, and third 2, and fourth I want to display 1. So this is my requirement. But here what is happening, due to I have connected all these 7 segment display to commonly to your port 2, whatever the value if I send on the port 2, the same value, that means the same digit will be applied, will be displayed in all the 7 segment display, all the 4 7 segment display. But that is a problem, right? Now what is the solution for that? Okay, what is that solution is, suppose if I send value 2, okay, 2 has to be displayed in this first digit, first 7 segment display. Now what I am going to do is I will enable this one. Okay, and I will disable all these displays. Disable. Okay, disable means whatever the value of from the port 1, the value will not received by this 7 segment displays. Now you understood, right? Now whenever if I send 02 code, which is your 5b, okay, this is your 5b. If I send the 5b in this port 2, I can able to display the value 2 in this 7 segment display, not in any other. Why? Because I have disable all these remaining 3 displays except the first display. Okay, similarly if I want to display 0, so to tell me which display I need to enable and which displays I need to disable. Exactly, I will enable the secondary display and disable all the remaining 3 displays. Okay, so this is how one by one I will enable it, and one by one I will send the codes of the particular digits I want to display. Now you understood, right? How to, what is the solution? Now how to enable the display, how to disable the display. So enabling means you send the 1 to it, and disabling means send the 0 to it. Okay, now you look at again in this picture, I have taken 4 pins from the port 1. Why? What about the remaining 4 pins, sir? You will ask me a question. Port 1.4, 1.5. What about the remaining 4 pins? So if you pay attention to the I/O ports, any I/O port can be accessed individual bits. That means it is bit addressable register. I can use individual bits at a time, or I can able to use 8 bits at a time, 3 bits at a time, 2 bits at a time. Any as per your requirement, you can able to use that port as you like. Okay, so that's why I want to enable the displays individually. That's why I have taken the port 1 to it, to enable the disable the displays. Okay, now look at this connection transistor. Whenever if I give the voltage, whenever if I apply the some voltage, what will happen? It will send the one to this. So from collector to your emitter, so you will get one here. Similarly for all the remaining displays, right? Suppose if I send 1 0 0, okay, 1 0 0 0, what does it mean? So the one will go to this transistor, the transistor gets turned on, the voltage will come here, and the one will be gets here to this display. Whenever the one will get, what will happen? The display gets enabled. Whatever the value will send on the port 2, the digit will be displayed on this particular LED, sorry, 7 segment display. Okay, now what about the remaining displays? You send the 0 here, so 0 means transistor will be turned off, which means you will get 0. Okay, again 0 here, again 0 here, right? So whenever if I get 0 to this particular displays, okay, which means these displays are disabled. Understood, right? Now this is your port 1. Okay, on the bottom of this picture you can able to see one. Now I want to turn on the first display only. Okay, what I will do, I will send the value 1 0 0 0. Okay, what about the remaining bits? All are 0 because I have not used those bits, right? So irrespective of this value, we can able to get the 7 segment display gets turned on, right? So if I send 0 1 H, understood, right? See here, the first 4 zeros are nothing but your 0. Okay, and the remaining 4 digits, which becomes your 1. Okay, if I send 0 1 H to the port 1, what will happen? The first display gets turned on, or the remaining displays gets turned off. Okay, which means I can able to display only single digit in your first display. Now similarly, if I want to display 0, okay, in the second display, and I am not want to display that 0 in any other remaining 3 displays, what is the value if I want to send in the port? What is the value I need to send in the port 1 if I want to enable the second display, disable the remaining 3 displays? Exactly, you just keep 1 there wherever you want to enable the display, and put all the remaining 0. So anyway it is 0. Okay, all the bits are 0. So what is the value you will get? 0 and 2. So whenever if I send 0 to H, what will happen? It will enable the second display and disable the remaining 3 displays, so that I can able to put the digit in this particular second 7 segment display. Now you understood, right, how to enable the individual 7 segment displays in order to represent the individual digits. But if you observe in any 2021 7 segment display, you will not, you cannot able to see like first 2, next 0, next 2, next 1. Okay, so this is not will happen. It is happening like 2021. You can able to see the 2021 in the 7 segment display alone. Okay, you cannot able to see it is actually turning off the first display, turning on the second display, remaining 2 displays are turned off, etc. Why? Because the microcontroller, so where we can able to see, we are connected the oscillator. What is the oscillator frequency? 12 megahertz. So 12 megahertz means it is operating in the microseconds. So whenever the microcontroller is operating in the microseconds, your naked eye cannot able to realize that actually we are able to turning on the enabling and disabling the displays. That fast the microcontroller will able to switch on the display, switch off the display. So that means enable the display and disable the displays. But if you want to see exactly the displays is going to be turn on or turn off in the background, okay, you just take your camera and take the slow motion picture. So you know slow motion video recording, right? So record the video in the slow motion, and you can able to see there are some flickerings will happen. So displays gets turned on or turn off frequently, okay, which we cannot able to catch with our naked eye. And that's why we are using your mobile phone to know the exactly why the microcontroller is how the microcontroller is enabling or disabling the particular display to represent the individual numbers. Okay, actually the microcontroller is turning on one display and send the digit, and it will turn off, and again it will turn on the next display, and it will send the value, Again, it will turn on the next display, it will send the value, and the fourth display turn on, send the next value, right? This is how the microcontroller is sending the information. But our naked eye, how we are seeing 2021 at the same time. You cannot able to see whether the display is turning on or turning off, because the microcontroller is that much fast is operating. Okay, that's much fast is switching the 7-segment display. Okay, so this is up to the theory part. Now come to the programming part. Okay, so this is very, very interesting programming part. Now what we are going to do, first one is initialize the value with 0400. Why? Because the lookup table starting address is 0400, where I have stored the hexadecimal codes of your individual digits of your 7-segment display. Okay, now what is my requirement? I want to display 2021. So first display should be consists of 2, and second display consists of 1, next display 2, next display 1. This is the requirement, right? I hope you understood up to this much. Now I told you, whenever if you want to display any value, that value will be kept inside your A register. What is the first digit I want to display? 2. Okay, that's why I have kept 02 inside your A register. Now A register consists of 02. Now apply the magic instruction. So magic instruction will get the code of your 2 from your lookup table. So lookup table starting address is 0400. Now move C A comma @DPTR. So A consists of 02 and DPTR consists of 0400. What will happen? It will come add these two numbers 0400 plus 02, which becomes 0402, which is exactly where the code of your 2 digit will be stored inside that memory location. Okay, I'm sure you know this lookup tables, right? See, in this 0402 memory location, I am having the code of your digit 2, right? Okay. Now you understood, right, why we have written that 02 then your A register. Now A register will get the value of code of your 02, which is nothing but your 5B. So A consists of now 5B. Now I want to display 2, in which 7-segment display? First 7-segment display. In the previous slide, I have given the example. Whenever if I send 01 to the port 1, what will happen? It will enable the first display, disable all the displays, right? That is exactly what I am doing here. Okay, so in the port 1, I have sent the value 01. Okay, where is the 01? So port 1 consists of 01, and port 2, you can see there is a, in port 2 we are sending the value of A register. Your A register consists of 5B. Whenever if I send 5B to the port 2, what will happen? It will display that 2 in the first 7-segment display. Okay, after that I am using delay. Okay, A call delay. I'm sure you know the instruction call. So I'm calling the delay function. So in previous slide we can see we need to enable the display, we need to disable the display. Okay, it will take some time to enable the display or disable. We need to give some time to your microcontroller. That's why you are using some delay. And also if you want to see the what is happening, how it is enabling or disabling the 7-segment LEDs, you give the more delay, you can able to see exactly what will happen. Okay, if you don't give the delay also, no problem. Okay, next one, next digit. So now 2 is displayed here. Okay, the next coming to your 0. So 2021, you are coming to the 0. So I want to display 0 in the second 7-segment display. Now if I want to display 0, put that 0 inside your A register. Okay, apply your magic instruction. Now what is the value of DPTR? Which is actually 0400. We have not changed anything of the DPTR, right? This is initialization. I have not changed anything. So DPTR consists of 0400 and A consists of 00H. So DPTR plus A becomes your again 0400, where I have stored in 0 the code of your 0 digit. Okay, now that code will get here to register A. So what is that code? Do you remember? Which is nothing but 3F of the 0 digit, code of your 0 digit. Now what I am doing now, I am enabling the second display. So to enable the second display, I will put the value 02 inside your port 1. I am sure you know this, right? How you are enable the first display. Similarly, I am enabling the second display now. Now what I am doing after that, copy the value of A register into the port 2. Now port 2 will get the value of A register, which is having 3F. So 3F means the it will display the 0 in the port 7 segment display. Okay, again you will give the delay. Okay, that is your 0 digit program. And the next one coming to the 2, exactly same. The first code, how you have seen the first thing, the same will apply also here. Okay, but there is a small difference. What is the difference? We need to enable the third display. So third display to enable is 04H. The rest of the thing is same. Okay, next one is you want to display 1. So I have displayed 2 here, I have displayed 0 here. Okay, I have completed 0 here displaying, I have completed 2 here. Again we need to display 1 there. Okay, now in order to get the 1, the same rule applies. Copy the value of 01 inside your register A and apply the magic instruction where it will get the code of your 01, which is nothing but your 06H. Okay, so you enable the fourth display, which is 08H value, and copy the value of A register inside the port 2, which is nothing but your 06. Whenever if you send 06, you will get the 1 in the fourth display. Again delay. Okay, now somehow if you put this in all these instructions combined together and put it in a loop, you can able to end up display 2021 continuously. Okay, so this is the program for your 2, this is the program for your 0, this is the program for your 2, again this is the program for your 1. So you combine all these programs, okay, sequentially, you can able to display the value 2021, okay, which is exactly matched our requirement. Okay, okay, so this means this is the end of your interfacing with a 7 segment display. I hope you enjoyed this class. Okay, and you know how to work with the 7 segment displays, and depends upon the requirement of your projects or anything you want to get into it, you can use this 7 segment display code in the assembly level program. And thanks for joining the class, and thanks for your attention, and keep watching the videos and get the more knowledge. Thank you guys, have a great day.